It was so much fun, though, but I think
Welcome
I've heard a lot of people say that the all-inclusive trips are more fun.
Yeah, the land, Cancun was absolutely, positively awesome. Everything is already included. So team call, what's today? March 29th, 30th. March 30th. Whoa, I lost the day. For EmpowerME, EmpowerYOU, Renew. So real quick, we'll talk about some success trips. Cancun was, you're on land, right? So you just flew to the resort. It was an all-inclusive. So you had free Wi-Fi. All of your drinks were included, including bottled water. And whatever else, like fancy coffee, like everything was included. Like I literally felt like I was royalty in Cancun. And they have multiple restaurants, and you can go to any of the restaurants on your resort, and you don't have to pay extra money. I think we might have brought $100, and we got mostly singles, and we tipped our room person, we tipped at our dinners. And the funny thing is that the last night we were all drunk on the last night, and all the dudes were like pulling out money to like leave as a tip because we were done. Well, then they all flocked back over to the table and like brought desserts, brought more drinks.
You show cash, all-inclusive, you're good.
They're like, love your guts. So, but like it was cool because we literally like we didn't spend any extra money. It was just what we spent, you know. And I earned ours for free, so I didn't spend any money except for we needed our airfare, and we actually got that gifted to us for Christmas. So,
yeah, I'll be at Punta Cana one way or the other.
Yeah, I'm all in it to win it with Punta Cana. I'm only like 2 or 3 points away from all the points that I need.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been playing Success Club, so I'm still qualified, but I just have to.
Well, I just want you to know that there were a lot of people talking about getting kicked off this month.
Good. No,
because they needed like 9 points or they needed 10 points. So you're really going to see it. And it has to be all year. So like, I feel like some people get like revved up with Success Club, and then there's like a fizzle out period. So
I can't fizzle out. That's really all there is to it.
Yeah. It
was 10 by tomorrow, right?
10 total by tomorrow, yes.
Okay. And then 15.
From January, February, and
March, you needed 10.
I got that.
And then you need 15 total January through July or June, end of June? Okay.
That's going to be pretty easy for the summer. Yeah. That's usually the easy time.
And then 20 by the end of third quarter. It's January to... It's 20 total. It's only 10 challenge packs.
Okay.
It's 20
for the entire year.
20 total.
By the end of third quarter. You have to get it in by the end of September.
I'm at 17 right now.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I
have 14 in right now.
I'm probably around there, maybe 12.
No, I lied. I have 12 in.
Is that mine? Crow. My internet connection is unstable. Please come back. You guys there?
For whatever that is. I bought it.
It's good.
It's good. So that's my next one, I think.
Maura, are you still reading Badass?
Well, I was listening to it.
Okay.
So I'm about halfway through. I'm actually reading the what is it? The J.K. Rowling mystery series. I'm reading the third one right now. I kind of rotate between fiction and nonfiction, so that's what I'm reading.
That's what I do too.
They're really good.
I'm reading Brave New World also, if you guys were wondering about personal books.
Oh, Brave New World.
I'm dystopian fiction unit this time, so I have to reread Brave New World, Fahrenheit 451, and A Handmaid's Tale.
We were just discussing what PD we were doing, Maureen.
As my internet drops here.
I thought maybe that mom and you got in a fight and had a history of fighting.
No,
Down.
no, everybody's is pretty much gone here at this point, which is perfectly fine. What is it, Brave New World?
Yeah, that's what I'm reading, but that's not a PD.
It's not a PD.
Oh.
It's a dystopian novel from 1950 or something.
As I'm writing it down for PD books things. Okay.
You should read it. It's really good, but it's not PD.
All right. So this is what I wanted to talk about. Starting right, restarting, and motivating yourself. This is not something that you've never heard before. This is actually something that you've probably heard multiple times, and you're going to continue to hear forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. The 3 vital behaviors, as I whip out 4. Three. Personal development, which you guys were all just talking about before I lost my internet for a moment. It is one of the most important things that you can do. In your personal development, so during a live, it was one of the Success Club prizes. If you had Success Club, it was a webinar, I guess we'll call it a webinar, from Jen Sincero. You are a badass. And what she was talking about was when you are lacking certain things in your business or in your personal life, that should be the type of personal development book that you read. So if you're worried about leadership in your business, you want to read about a leadership book. If you're wanting to grow your business, I think it's called Everybody Follows You, or it's another personal development. Or it could be The Slight Edge or The Compound Effect. So you would read books like that. If you're having trouble in relationships, then you would read personal development books about relationships. So whatever it is within your business, even if it's in your personal life too, those are the personal development books that you should be focusing on, because it's going to help you grow you and it's going to help you grow your business. The next is being a product of the product. Now, I think sometimes people get confused with being a product of the product, and I really wish that Jennifer was on this call, because I feel like she's kind of struggling in this area. You do not need to be a fitness model. You do not need to be at your goal weight. You do not need to be perfect 100% of the time. That is not what gets people to follow you. I repeat, perfection is not what gets people to follow you. People want to relate to you. It is very difficult for somebody who's struggling to relate to somebody who looks perfect. And I'm only going to use Lindsay Matway just because I feel like in person, in her pictures, she is rail thin. She is toned to the gill, beautiful, not a blemish, perfect skin.
Her legs were gold on the stage. Gold.
I didn't see the gold, but I wasn't in with the gold because I was at the pool, but whatever.
Gold. You have to see it.
Literal, probably gold flakes on her skin because she could afford it because she's a multimillionaire. But I feel like I could never relate to her. I could never, ever relate to somebody like that. I could relate to somebody like me because I work, I have children, I am not perfect when it comes to eating. I am not perfect when it comes to working out. I feel like I am a normal person. Now, sometimes I may be a fitness fanatic and I'm on my game when it comes to working out, but that's what makes me relatable. So when you figure out what your niche market is, you want to be able to relate to them. And I'll tell you what, think about it. Think about all these reality shows that are on television right now. Most of them are train wrecks, but people watch them anyway. Why? Because people can relate to misery or a struggle or celebrating small successes, because seeing a Lindsay Matway and being like, oh yeah, that's going to be my coach. I would almost feel so intimidated, and like if I mess up even in the slightest bit, I would be like a disappointment because, you know, I'm flabby still and I have stretch marks or whatever. So you don't have to be perfect to be good. People want to relate to you. You want to share your journey of being a product of the product, of drinking your Shakeology. And here's the other thing. If you're not, I know sometimes it's tough because of the cost of Shakeology, but here's the deal. Even if you are just a discount coach, you're getting it for cheaper than you would normally get. If you are somebody that's planning to work this business even in the slightest bit, your first goal should be getting Shakeology paid for. I wouldn't even worry about a rank advancement. Get your Shakeology paid for. There's so much value in that. It saves you $100 a month. So get your Shakeology paid for first. That should be your top goal. That was my first goal before it was a goal to become an Emerald. I wanted my Shakeology paid for so that I wouldn't have to worry about that money. But you want to be drinking your Shakeology every day. You want to be using the programs, and you want to just talk about them. My most success is just from sharing my journey. It's not from sending out invites, even though it's a way of inviting, but it's not like literally going to somebody and inviting them. Most of my success has come from sharing my journey, simply sharing my journey. And I just recently got comments on a post that I made, and I was so taken aback by it, and I appreciated it immensely. It was somebody that was commenting on how I'm not a pushy salesman. I shared an article about why you shouldn't unfollow or unfriend the multi-level marketing salesperson that's on your friends list, or that person from high school that's all of a sudden now wanting to be your friend and sell you something, because that's me. So I just shared like why I do it. Why I'm doing it is because, you know, I want to be home with my kids. I don't want my husband to feel like he has to work 80 million hours a week to provide for us so that I can be home with our kids. I have ridiculous amounts of school loans because I wanted to go to a private Catholic college and also get my master's degree from there. Yeah, don't do that. Just public service announcement. But I mean, those are the reasons why I'm doing this. I've always been passionate about fitness. I've always been somebody that's worked out. So for me, it's a no-brainer. Plus, in my other job, I'm a social worker, and I feel like exercise and nutrition is a grossly underutilized antidepressant and anti-anxiety. I think that we are an over-medicated society, and I think sometimes if we switch up our food and we start working out, even if it's only a couple of times a week, people are going to feel better. Physical health, mental health, interconnected. So share your journey. Why are you doing this? You should be sharing a little piece of that every single day. And last is inviting. So invite. You can do it just by sharing your journey. You can do it by literally sending people messages. You can do it by talking to people in person. Friends and family are a good group to hit up, and hit them up straight up. And then start branching out. Start branching out into friends that you haven't spoken to in a while. Start branching out into like friends of friends. What I started doing is I started friend requesting. I tag my husband in all of my posts. And then anybody that would consistently be liking those posts, I started friend requesting them. Sometimes I tag other family members. And then I'll friend request people that like those posts, even if we're not friends, right? I mean, obviously we're not friends, but I mean, even if I don't know who they are, I'll friend request them. Don't be afraid to branch out and try something different and new. Try something. Branch out of your comfort zone.
Maureen, do you have any tips on when you do that?
Hold on a second. Okay, Leah, unmute yourself and then talk, just because they were starting to get like background, so I want to.
Okay. Like when you do that, when you branch out and you talk to people that you don't know them, but it's like, why the hell are you messaging me? Like, what is your strategy to like, I know like try to find something on their page to talk to them about, but it still feels like a little intrusive and like weird.
So my success partner, Jenny, said to me that whenever she gets a new friend request, she immediately sends them a message. I have not adopted this yet, but she immediately sends them a message and is like, thanks for the friend request. Like, thanks for accepting my friend request. I love branching out and talking to new people. You may have looked at my profile, and I just, I'm going to be straight up. I'm a Beachbody coach, and I just love to chat with people and find out where people are at or in their health and fitness and nutrition. I think she has a script. I'll have to ask her about it, but she literally sends. Her name is Jenny Ann on Facebook. She's in our team page. Look at the members, and then I would friend request her. She is
Jenny Ann.
Jenny Ann, ANN.
It'll come up.
Yeah, look on there, and then it'll come up right away.
I'm gonna add her. Okay.
But she sends a message to people right away, and it's just like, this is who I am. This is what I do. Like, I appreciate it. I think, and she also makes a comment about how she feels like having some extra friends is like a form of support for her.
That's cool. Because I add 20 people a day, and I'm like, wait, why did I add this person? I just get lost.
Yeah, I usually sometimes I get nutso, and I'll just be like, oh, we have 4 friends in common, friend request. And then sometimes I'm like, crap, well, who are those people that we're friends with?
Right.
Because if it's other Buffalo, I'm being straight up. If it's other Buffalo Beachbody coaches, I don't want to be friends with them.
I delete them.
Just because it's such a saturated area. Buffalo is such a saturated area. And I'm finding more and more that a lot of us are interconnected in some way, shape, or form. And so because of that, I don't even want to bother, because I'm sure they're getting hit up by those people. And so I don't want to do that. But, joining groups.
This is an oversaturated market too. I go to add somebody top coach. I'm like, great, forget it.
Yeah. Sometimes I still do, because you never know. But here's the other thing. You then will have a mutual friend with with one of their friends who can end up being somebody that isn't friends of one of them. So I still do it. Some people don't accept my friend requests. I'm very fortunate. My high school and my graduating class alone was 759. Yeah, that was my class. So there was well over 3,000 students. I think when I graduated, it was well over 3,000 students that were in the school. And it was only 10, 11, and 12. It wasn't even 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have been not so friend requesting. Now there's some saturation there because there's now a lot of Beachbody coaches, but I still do it. Because here's the thing. I had a customer, and her sister referred her to me. So she was my customer for a while. She was getting Shakeology for months and months and months. And then all of a sudden she fell off and stopped talking to me. And we would do check-ins maybe once a month, once every other month. And I think it might have been 2 months that went by, and I didn't hear anything from her. And I sent her a message, and she ignored me. And I was like, well, maybe, because she's going to stop doing this, and her wedding was getting close. And then, bam, she's a Beachbody coach under somebody else. So it stung a little bit, but then I thought about it like this. Whenever something like that happens, it happens for a couple of reasons. One, either I wasn't doing enough, and that's possible. Maybe I thought I was doing enough, but maybe for her, I wasn't doing enough. And 2, maybe she just related to somebody else better.
Right. Because we kind of saturate our own market when we sign up coaches, you know what I mean? But it doesn't mean that one person's going to get everybody. It's just whoever they connect to.
Right. And so here's a perfect example. Lana is not on the call. She is we worked in the same place, and we have mutual friends. Same thing with Lindsay. We worked in the same place, so we have some mutual friends. Lana. Yeah. Well, you did too. So Lana said to me, oh, hey, did you talk to this person? And I was like, you know what? I did a little bit, but nothing ever really came of it. I'm like, go for it. Sometimes it's just a matter of like comfort and like who can relate to who. And, you know, I'm not upset about it because she was like, hey, do you care? No, I don't care. Maybe it'll work for you. Like, and here's the thing for me, if it's going to work for her, it still helps me. And I like the idea that it helps her. You know, I mean, I think it's awesome. Like if I can help her grow hers and say, you know what, this person and I have not really connected and she's not bought for me, even though she's talked to me. Okay. I appreciate the talk too. Right. But like, sometimes it works better with other people. That just is the way it is. So, but staying motivated. So here is the other one that's huge. Your why. Why? So why did you start? Why are you doing this? And what are your goals? You need to know those, and your why needs to be something that's emotional for you. That is so emotionally tied to you and who you are and what you are doing that you don't want to quit on that. It should. A lot of times people say your why should make you cry, and it should. If your why isn't strong enough, you won't continue in this business. I think a lot of people can see the value in it. We've seen posts from people. Melanie Mitro was not doing anything, and then all of a sudden it was bam. Same thing with Lindsay Matway. She never even had an upline. And then she just, you know, I think sometimes you're lucky with who you get. Yes, I think luck plays a part, but I also think it's just that drive and your why. Your why needs to be that driving force for you, that you are not going to give up on you, you're not going to give up on your why, and you're not going to give up on your business. And if you don't have a why that's strong enough that says that to you, then I would maybe rethink what your why is. Or maybe just rethink whether this is right for you. And I don't say that to be a jerk. I say that to be serious. Sometimes this business is not for everyone, and that's okay. Sometimes people feel like it's too much or it's too stressful or it's whatever. And there is stress in this. It's your own business, and you have to do all of the work to make it grow. Even when you're signed coaches, you still have to do work to keep it growing, to keep them growing. And you have to show people the value in this. And if you don't see the value in this business, you're not going to be able to show anybody else what the value is. So if you think, oh, well, yeah, it's okay, or maybe I make a couple bucks, or I get my Shakeology paid for, that's cool. Wherever you are is cool. So figure out where you are in this business. Are you just a discount coach? And if you are, great. Know that that's what you are. There's always a potential to have it be different if you want. Are you a hobby coach, someone that's just looking to maybe help with some friends and some family and just make a little bit of extra cash here and there? Or are you like in it to win it, like full out? Now, the full out is tough if you have a job. I am not in a place, I like to consider myself a full out coach. Dana calls me a full-time coach. I don't feel like I am, because I'm not somebody who stays at home and is able to work this business 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day. I just don't have it. I work my business probably between 2 hours a day, sometimes 3, depending on the day. Some days it's only 1. And I'm okay with that. And so for me, if it takes me longer to get to the goals that I have, because that's what I'm doing, then that's okay. Because I value my time with my children, I value my time with my husband, and I do have a part-time job. So I have other responsibilities. And as much as I would love to quit DaVita, I can't quit DaVita right now. That's my other job. So I just can't yet. Now, do I believe that I can? Yes. And my goal is that by the end of this year, I will quit DaVita, because I will be making enough with Beachbody that I'm done. And so something else that I will say to you is, if you don't have a vision board or a dream board, get one. Do one up, and don't be afraid to put scary things on there. Here's the thing. If you think that you cannot do it, you're not going to do it. If you think that you can't become a diamond coach or that you won't be able to do something until maybe next year, put it on there anyway. I still have 5-star diamond on my vision board. I'm not giving up on that. I will not. It will stay on there until it's gone, and that until I do it. And then once I do it, I'll put something else in its place. I still want to be able to pay my student loan debt down. And I have significant student loan debt, so I still want to be able to pay that down, and I will. And the thing is that, you know, I had this meeting with Jeff Pearson, who is no longer with Beachbody, which is really sad. But he really fired me up about a lot of things. If you think that you can't do something and you already have that negative seed planted that you can't do it, the other thing is that it won't happen for me. Well, I know that happened for Dana, but that's not going to happen for me. Then it won't happen for me. So whatever that line of thinking is that you have in your head, you need to switch it up. You need to take can't out. You need to get rid of the fear and just do it. And if you need help with getting fired up and getting motivated, I will 100% give you one-on-one time. And I don't think your coaches would mind me giving you some one-on-one time. Because I'd be more than willing to do that for you. Everybody's goals are different. Everybody has different visions of what they want to do and what they can do. Figure that out. And if you need guidance or assistance, reach out to your coach or reach out to me. That's what this team is all about. That's what our team page is all about. If you're struggling and you don't ask for help, no one's going to be able to help you. If you're struggling with motivation and getting yourself going and you don't reach out and say, hey, you know what? I need help. No one's going to be able to help you. There's some things that you absolutely have to do on your own, but there's other things that you can lean on us. And I say us because this is all of us. When I was having a hard time, I used to do calls with Dana, and they would be maybe 15 minutes. And it would be a quick check-in to see where I was at. Sometimes we did it twice a week. Sometimes we did it once a week. And it was outside of like a team call. It was like during the day when I was able to talk on the phone. And it literally was like a 15-minute phone call to do a quick check-in, see where I'm at, see where my goals are. Sometimes that's all we need. You know, I have a customer that just came to me and she's like, I need a pep talk. I need a pep talk. I need some motivation. And sometimes that's all you need. And sometimes you need it from like somebody that's not super close to you, which is why I'm saying if you want time, if you feel like you need some motivation, reach out to me. I'm here for you. I'm all about pumping people up. I was a cheerleader in high school and college, and I could cheer you on like nobody's business. But I mean, that's really it. I feel like sometimes we think it's so much difficult and harder than it actually is. If you're doing the 3 vital behaviors, I promise you, you will grow your business. If you are not doing the 3 vital behaviors, all 3 of them, you will not grow your business. You might have some ups, and then you're going to slip back down. You may have like some up, and then you'll have a plateau. Those really are, like, there's no huge, major, massive secret to making this business work. It's 3 vital behaviors. Now, some other things that I hear about is stress of time or feeling burnt out and like, I have to keep doing stuff. Here's a little thing to share with you. You can set business hours and set them at whatever your comfort level is, okay? I set business hours. Right now is business hours for me. It's time away from my family, but it's one-on-one time that my husband doesn't get during the day because he's not home with him like I am. And during your set business hours, just do Beachbody stuff. First things first is whatever you need for yourself. So if it's messaging people back, if it's sending out messages, if it's checking in with people, do that first. Then challenge group stuff, then your coach's stuff. And that's how it should be. You need to put your business first, then work on helping other people. So put yourself at the forefront. There's nothing wrong with doing that. And if you're feeling burnt out, or you're feeling like you're stressed out, or you're not sure where to go, let's chat. Or ask on the team page. You know, there's people that aren't on this call that are really helpful and willing to help you with whatever it is that you need. So that's kind of it. Questions, comments, concerns about this call or about other things?
Well, I know that Superstar Elite Training Panel or whatever that was, somebody said that we should send out 30 invites a day and that we should follow up with 30 people and we should form with 30 people. And that's crazy, right? Like, that's crazy.
Hi.
So I came home, like, I was like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do 30 people every day. And then I was like, I can't do this. And I started freaking out. So then I was like, so then I wasn't doing anything. I was like, I can't do 30. I'm not going to do any. So now I'm like, okay, I can just do 3. Like, I used to do 3. And then I tried to do 30. So I'm like, maybe I should do 5 or like 10. Something more realistic. So don't think it's all or nothing, I guess, is like my thing. Like, every little message counts. It doesn't have to be like, you don't have to fill out your sheet 100%, but do something.
Listen, if you want to do 30 and that's something you can sustain.
It's literally insane. I did it one day and I want to cry.
That's not feasible for me.
No, it was not. It was in Florida. Like, when I was in Florida, I was like, I can do this. But I didn't leave the house. Like, all I did was sit there and, like, invite people out there.
Right. So, I mean, is that what you really want to do? You got to figure out what works for you. Some days I do 3. Some days I do 5. Some days I do 10. It depends on the amount of time that I have and where I'm at.
Right.
You have to find what works for you. So play around. It doesn't have, like, exactly what Leah said. It does not have to be all or nothing.
Yeah, I don't even do that many. I've set myself at a goal of 15 a week. So sometimes it's 2 a day, sometimes it's 3 a day, sometimes I skip a day because I know that if I have too many conversations going, that I lose. But I mean, you have to do what works for you, and it's taken me a long time to figure that out.
You know, I plan on working out 7 days a week, but I really do it 5. Like, it's like, yeah, you plan to do it every day, but you really, as long as you do it 5 or, you know, you get them done, it doesn't really matter.
Here's
I've
another
actually started
thing.
making
Take
a
a day
to-do list
off.
every morning.
Yeah, take a day off.
Take a day off.
Oh yeah, take a day off.
But not like 5.
Right. But I mean, sometimes we need 5, right? Sometimes we need to take 5 days off.
But 1 day always seems like 5 for me. It's really bad.
Right. But for me too, when I was gone on the cruise, I felt like I was really wrecking my business, but I'm not. But definitely take a day off. Sundays for me is straight up family time. I do still post on Facebook. I do still post on Instagram, but not to the level that I do during the week. Sometimes Saturday is also a day that I don't really do a lot because that's the weekend and I feel like there's always something going on. So please don't feel guilty about taking a day off or feel like you can't. Here's another thing. Just because somebody messages you doesn't mean you immediately have to respond. Maybe you can't. Maybe you can't right now. Maybe you literally have 2 minutes or a minute and you're like, I know if I'm not gonna have time to do this. Do you wanna know what I do? I send a message to them and I say, hey, you know what? I saw that you messaged me, but I can't respond right now. I'll respond to you later. There's no foul on that. And then this person knows like, hey, they're all right, they're engaged. So don't feel like you have to send a message immediately. Anything else? Anybody else?
Well, I'm really struggling with challenge groups like the past couple of months. Like, I started a challenge group. I'm really involved in it for like a couple weeks. And then I don't know what happens, but I forget about it. Then I'm like posting every 3 days and it's a disaster. Like I have not been able to run a successful challenge group probably since me and Melissa were doing them together, and I slacked off. And then I've not, like, I don't know what's wrong with me.
Okay, so here's what I will say with you with that. Take a break from running it. Take a month off.
Mm-hmm.
Don't run a challenge group. Do you have one that's currently running right now?
I mean, barely.
Okay. Are
But
you
yeah,
gonna end it? Okay. Maybe end it and just say whoever wants to be added to a group, you can add them to the group that Melissa and I are doing, and just be a challenger.
Okay.
Sometimes we just need to
maybe
be a
I need
challenger. And that's okay. I know there's a lot of talk
I
about
really did that.
whenever I do that, it helps pump me back up. I was a straight up challenger in Through Thick and Thin with Trisha and Steve, and it helped to pump me back up and get me more excited about doing a challenge group.
Okay.
So maybe just end it, have them jump in on something else with another coach. I don't care. I would never care if anybody wanted to throw people in my group.
Okay.
And even if you don't post every day, I'm not going to get mad at, I'm not going to get mad at you. Just make sure that you're checking in with your people every once in a while, and you want them to see you posting. So just be a challenger.
Right.
Because when I was just a challenger, I was the most fired up. I was a coach too, but I literally had just started. I was the most fired up ever. And it helped me focus on my eating better. It helped me focus on my workouts and pushing myself, because I just focus on being a challenger. Sometimes we need to take a break from taking the lead.
I just think I'm trying to do too much, all at once. I'm trying to invite, I'm trying to grow the team. I'm trying, I have too many things to do, and for some reason I do the calendar. I've got everything typed out. All I have to do is copy and paste it, but I don't do it. I forget.
You also are planning a wedding and have a lot going on. So maybe just take a break.
A bad coach though. I'm what am I doing? I'm recruiting all these people and then I'm not helping them.
No. Make sure they're on the team page. Listen, that's what the team page is for. You're not abandoning anybody. That is what the team page is for. It's for us all to help one another. That's what it's there for. Anybody else? This is an extra long call, so I know that it's getting late for some people. Any questions, comments, concerns? No, yes, no. Okay, beautiful. I appreciate the fact that you all got on this call very much. I'm going to stop recording. Stop. Did it stop?
No.